Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakadash. Double honor to the elder apostles, the elder bishops of Great Millstone rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel with truth and sincerity to the best of their ability given to them by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord, will live upon our ear houses. That's your brother Quanah Watts from the Arizona Great Millstone Camp. Come back at you, Lord will. The edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord will. It is edifying, Lord will. It is straight to the point. Here we go again, man. You know, everything is being revealed, right? Esau, Edom's up his plans and his agendas, right? And his agenda, right, is being revealed, man. You know, which we, ultimately seen, right? A similar event had taken place right over the, in the islands of Hawaii. I can't remember, the exact, place where that fire had happened. But a major fire had broke out. Homes were destroyed, and information came out that Esau, Edom, right, which we know today is the self-proclaimed so-called white man, was using the acronym DEW, right, which is what? Direct energy weapons, right, to destroy these homes, man. Right? And as soon as that fire had broke out, what happened? Insurance companies, were basically backing out, not helping, those whose homes were destroyed. They had insurance policies, right? State Farm and so on and so forth. All these different, insurance companies, they basically backed out, from helping these people. And next thing you know, right, Esau Edom comes with his rhetoric, right, his dialogue speaking on these 15-minute cities that they were trying to set up, and here we are, today, right? I think that, that happened last year, possibly the end of 2023, if I'm not mistaken, but it could have been the beginning of 2024, here we are, right? 2025, right? The very beginning of 2025, we're not even 2 weeks in, and a major fire, right, breaks out, right, in Los Angeles, the Palisades area, and, roughly 260 to 280,000 people, right, are being evacuated. Everyone from celebrities to regular, the regular common folk, man, right, being evacuated from their homes, and the same thing, right, is going on, man. Insurance companies backing out. I haven't really heard, too much, right, about direct energy weapons being used, right? But there was just, an article in a news clip about arsonists, right, who are, ultimately going into different areas, of, Los Angeles that the fire hasn't reached, and ultimately causing these fires, man. And then this comes out, which, was ultimately, it was already, in the works. This is already put out, but this information comes out, which I want to grab a preset before, I get into this article. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And when you read it in the NLT, it says, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes, right, man? And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, we understand, this damn devil's, MO, right? His objective, right? His agenda, right? He wants to ultimately create this digital system, and really put you people in a position, right, to have to take this charagma, right? Because all roads lead to the MO to the TB, right? As we read in Revelations, the 13th chapter, right, verse 16, the word MARK, right, goes back to the Greek word charagma, right, which goes back to, something, an imprinted mark, man, right? Something that's ultimately put inside you, which we know is the RFID micro C hit, man. You know, this is why Esau Edom is trying to set up, these different smart cities, man. But see, Esau Edom, in order to do that, right, he has to eliminate this old system, right, as he calls it, quote, quotations, old system, right, in order to build, right, as the presidents, they've been having their slogan, right, Biden is build back better, Trump is make America great again, and so on and so forth, right, which they all, both sides, ultimately working in tandem, you know, um, both sides really have the same agenda, right? The facade of there being two different sides, right, is just that, right? It's deception, right? They both have the same agenda. They're both working towards the same goal, right? Democrats and Republicans, man, right? Which is what the NWO, the New World Order, right? Where everything is connected to the IoT, and that brings me back to this article because it explains that and it goes into it, right? This is on statetech.com, statetechmagazine.com. It says how Los Angeles plans to become a smart city by 2028 Olympics, right? It says the city of Los Angeles has Olympic level ambitions for its development as a smart city over the next 7 years. And, I'm predicting that this, article was, brought out sometime in 2023. It doesn't necessarily state a date, on there. It just, when you scroll to the very bottom, it says that it was copyrighted, right, in 2025, right? So it very well could have just came out, but they actually mention, 2023, in this article, which 7 years from then goes to what? 2030, which Esau has always been talking about, hey, we can get rid of, diesel and gas cars and establish electric cars by 2030, which goes back, which you can listen, look it up, right? Agenda 2030, right? It's Esau Edom, again, establishing his new world order, right? This digital age, right? That he, again, we're currently seeing him, put in play, right? It says the city, which is set to host the 2028 Summer Olympics, recently released a smart city blueprint that outlines how it plans to evolve and become a connected and equitable city in time for the games. The plan was shared with members of the Los Angeles City Council in June. It says the plan envisions a city that is easy to get around without a car via a unified digital payment platform for metro rail, buses, bikes, and shuttles. And see, the same thing, right, is being echoed, right, even here in Arizona. The train system and the busing system, right, has gotten rid of, for the most part, right. You still can use, cash payments, but for the most part, everything is digital, right. You're not allowed to, buy these paper bus passes, right, that you were able to buy. Actually, really, I want to say a few months ago, man. But now everything is, on your phone, right? It's on these different cards, right, that have those RFID, C-hips in them, man. So again, everything is being, transitioned from a cash society to a digital cashless society, man. It says ethical provocative technology will help identify fire, violence, and other risks to health and safety of LA residents, even before a 911 call. The city will deploy ubiquitous ultra-high-speed 5G connectivity across its environs. It calls for the deployment of smart wayfinding kiosks and 10,000 public electric vehicle charging stations, man. Right? So Esau, again, is, what we're seeing right now, everything being burned, everything being destroyed, right, which will allow for him, right, to come in and say, hey, this whole system, it was jacked up, it was, it wasn't, it didn't stand the test of time, so on and so forth, right. Like going back to that climate agenda, right? Oh, the fire just kind of started and whatnot, and whatever kind of rhetoric Esau's going to come with, right? But then he's going to do what and say, hey, we can build right, a better system. We can build something that's ultimately going to be, stronger, more resilient, and so on and so forth, right, for the future, you know. Which, hey, you best believe Esau gonna come in, right, and swoop in and try to play the hero. Or we can build everything back, right, and it's gonna be better. It's gonna be, more convenient, right? The old way was, just that, the old way, but the new way is gonna be more convenient. It's gonna be more helpful, right, and so on and so forth. Which, goes back to that, that bribery that Esau Edom is gonna come with, man. Playing on people's convenience, I actually want to grab this precept in Daniel's, the 8th chapter, if I could. Daniel's chapter 8 and verse 25. Let's read it right here. I'll highlight it first. Daniel's chapter 8, verse 25. I'll read it in the KJV. It says, "And through his policy also he should cause craft to prosper in his hand." Right? It says, "And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand." Now I want to read it, in the NLT, right? In Esau Edom, right, setting up these different laws and policies, right? Again, just surrounding these smart cities and whatnot, just like he did with those train derailments, man. Right, there was certain laws that were, if the ground is polluted with certain chemicals and whatnot, right, you can't live there. Well, what did Esau do? Right, he had those train derailments ultimately happen, and chemical spills were happening, on all-time high this last year, and what did it do? Right, you had those chemicals again polluting the land, which means that all those that were living in that area, right, would have to move to the inner city. Right, cramming everybody into these cities, and allowing for Esau Edom to say, hey, you know what, we got to make, a 15-minute city. It would be more convenient, right? It would get rid of the cars, right, as we read, right, allow people to be able to travel, right, without cars, man, right, via this new digital system, right, digital form of payment, digital, again, digital system overall, which we're seeing happen. Right, you got a 15-minute city here in Arizona called Cul-de-sac, Culdesac, Cul-de-sac. And I remember, a while back I was driving, for Lyft, and I had picked up and dropped off a few people in this place, man, and these people, right, were speaking highly, right, of this place that was being built, saying, hey, everything is, just it's convenience right here, food places, entertainment, so on and so forth, right? So Esau again is doing this, right, so that way he can get you people to comply, right, with his NWO, his New World Order, when in reality it's deception. As we read right here in the NLT, it says he will be a master of deception, right? Since Esau Edom's inception of power, right, him being in that power seat, he has done nothing but deceive. He has been nothing but a liar. He has been nothing but, a manipulator. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, right, he is being revealed in these times, man. Pursuing to Jeremiah 49 and verse 10. Right, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7 and 8, It says, I'll read it again, Daniel 8 and 25 NLT. He says, he will be a master of deception and will become arrogant. He will destroy many without warning. And here you go, man. Right, Esau destroying homes, Esau destroying, we believe that, through his spirit, right, that Esau Edom, right, when it came to that, that major blizzard that happened, I think 2023, in Texas, right, many people died, man, many people died. And see, that's all a part of Esau Edom's agenda as well, man, to really reduce the population, of the world, right, down to 500 million. You're going back to the Georgia Guidestones, in which Esau Edom ultimately had destroyed, man, but see, that doesn't take away, right? Just because he destroyed the evidence of it, that does not mean, right, that the agenda is not still there. You know, it says, he will even take on the Prince of Princes in battle, but he will be broken, though not by human power, and that's what's coming, right? Let's go back to this article. It says, it right here. It says it's close enough to provide a target, but it's also far away enough to accomplish some pretty aggressive goals, right? It says LA CIO Ted Ross tells State Scoop about the plan. So the idea of the electronic vehicle charging being spread across the city, that's not something you could do in a year, but it's certainly something that within the next 7 years, you could be in a very solid place to receive people with electric cars, right? Again, going back to his, the Agenda 2030, get rid of gas and diesel vehicles and make everything, right? Make everything electric. Why? Because then it allows for Esau Edom to be able to track, trace, and to be able to turn off and turn on, and really, monitor what people are able to do, man. It says how LA plans to enhance its smart city capabilities. The plan outlines 5 components of LA's smart city visions, including infrastructure, data tools, and practices, digital services and applications, connectivity and digital inclusion, and governance. Right? It says for each of those areas, the plan identifies the city departments that will be involved in implementing specific projects as well as the strategic challenges and goals the city is setting. In infrastructure, for example, the plan identifies a lack of smart city situational awareness as a challenge, noting that there remains a lack of monitoring, inventory, and situational awareness among our key utility systems, which can result in increased utility outages for the public and delays in restoration. So he's basically stating that there's no surveillance, right? We can't watch and monitor, the systems and whether it's going to go down or whether there's going to be, some type of outage or some type of fire, some type of, event, right? That is going to harm, the public or the system or whatnot, right? So he's saying, hey, these basically, right, these things are old. We got to, establish something that we can monitor, establish something that we can, identify, right, before it happens, right? With thus being Esau Edom setting up a new system or establishing a new system, right, which will be a digital system, man. Salakia, man. I got my windows closed. That just shows you how loud, right, these motherfucking cars are, man. But anyways, it says the city will also need to deploy entirely new next generation infrastructure to support emerging demands. And how is Esau going to do that when all this old system is in place? Right? How can Esau do that with the old system still in place? No, he has to remove it, man. Right? This is why you see him setting up these new 5G towers, which he's been doing for years. And then allowing for certain, climate events, right, to take place, destroying the old system, so that way he can come in and say, hey, well, now we can establish a better system. Now we can establish this new digital system, and again, speak on convenience, right? Trying to get you people to, agree to his system, right? It says including new fiber optic infrastructure, electric vehicle charging infrastructure, and alternative energy solutions. It says to address these, the city calls for a series of goals to be met between now and 2028. For example, this year the city intends to develop a LA street lighting strategic plan, which includes strategies for shared Internet of Things, sensor devices, remote monitoring, and design for new citywide street lamp while maintaining ownership and intellectual property. So again, establishing a whole new system, right? It says this year it will also work to incentivize fiber optic build out and by 2023 adopt an IoT policy that details the shared usage of sensors to avoid redundant IoT sensor networks that congest the urban environment. By 2024, the city intends to install 10,000 public electric vehicle chargers, and by 2026, it will build a public-private partnership for an open-source IoT integration platform to leverage public and private smart infrastructure, right? It says Ross tells State Scoop that just because the milestones are in the plan does not mean that they are final. There also isn't a price tag attached to the plan, though, as the publication reports, city officials have previously estimated that the 2028 Summer Games will cost Los Angeles about $7 billion to host the event. Right, so we see what's going on, man. You know, we see what Esau Edom is doing, and see this is the damn devil, man, because he's willing to destroy, right, his own, his own people, his own, country, right, in order to establish, this NWO, man. And I got this precept right here. It's Sirach 14, verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? Right? Again, Esau Edom willing to, basically take out his own people, right, to establish his NWO. Right? Esau is going to, new lengths, right, to accomplish this new world order, this digital system, and establish a digital system. Right? Esau don't give a fuck, man. And this is why he is the wicked, right, according to the scriptures. Right? Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? What is that? Malachi 1:4, right? He's the border of wickedness, right? This is the damn devil that's in charge of the world, man. And we see it, right? Again, Yahweh Bashim al-Shai is revealing this damn devil, man. It says, he shall not take pleasure in his goods, man. And there was another precept. I was actually watching the brothers, right, from the Dallas camp, and they brought this precept out in Psalms. It's like in Proverbs chapter 11. And it was verse 11. I think it was 11. If I'm not mistaken. Basically, right here, Slakia, verse 29. It says, he that troubleth his own house, right? And Esau Edom is, he's in control, man, right? He's been given, as the brother stated in that video, he has been given, right, the dew of the whole earth, man, the fatness of the whole earth. He's been given in charge to everything, and look what he's doing to it, man, destroying it, right, polluting the air, right? You got these different fogs, right, that are popping up all over the United States, really all over the world in some places, right? But mainly here in the United States, right? Which is ultimately, people are being left, right, with different ailments, right? Sicknesses and plagues, right? These viruses and whatnot that are being put out here, right? Esau is the one that's doing these things, man. All these different, again, chemical spills with these train derailments and fires that are going on. Right? Esau is the one that's doing these things, man. And we believe that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim al-Shai. He's got the heart machine, right? He's able to control the weather, right? And we know that this is possible, right? Because, you look over in Dubai, they're able to create rain, right? They're able to go over there and create rain. They're able to go over there, again, right, control the weather, the temperature, right? And see, Ishmael wasn't put, in charge of the whole world. So if they have that type of technology, the ones that are truly in charge, and you best believe they got that technology, man. Right? How do you think that they were able to get it? Right? It says, he that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind. And that's ultimately going into that destroying wind, right? That those ICBM nuclear missiles, right? As well as, again, the chariots coming and sending out those laser beams as well, right? Because that's what's prophesied to take place, right? To this place of America, man. This place is going to be destroyed, you know, and Lord will here soon, because as we see, right, this whole fire that's taking place, right, is really an omen, right, of what's going to happen to all of America, right? You see Hollywood being on fire, signs of Hollywood being on fire, you know, which is, I would say the entertainment capital, right, of the world, you know, which is also, one of the, the top wicked capitals of the world, where the epicenter of wickedness is here in America. And I believe that it comes from, California, maybe Atlanta, New York, you know, and a few other places as well, sort of like, Orlando, Florida, where Disney World is at, Disney Universe or whatever you want to call it, right? These places are basically breeding grounds for wickedness, man. Child sex trafficking, drug trafficking, and so on and so forth, man. You know, and Yahweh Shem Shai finna bring all that shit down. It says, and the fool shall be servant to the wise of heart, right, man? Esau's not gonna be able to establish his NWO, man, right? Let's go to Job chapter 20 and verse 23. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, meaning when he's about to fully establish his NWO, and we're seeing Esau Edom in the process of doing so, right? Again, having these different climate events, happen, which allows for him to say, hey, the old system wasn't working. The old system is outdated. We can now establish, right, a better system, which is every time that something like this happens, what does he do? He comes with that 15-minute city rhetoric immediately after. Immediately after. Esau, you're and you're slipping, man. You're sloppy. Right? We see what you're doing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. And we're not ignorant, again, of your evil schemes, your evil plots. You're getting real fucking sloppy, man. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. That's right, man. And it is going to come upon him, man. That rain, that strange rains, right? The scriptures speak of it in the Wisdom of Solomon, right? Those ICBM nuclear missiles are going to come upon him, man. Esau's not going to fully establish his NWO. Yahweh Shem Shai is going to establish his NWO, his New World Order, which is going to be a righteous New World Order, which is going to be an everlasting, righteous New World Order, man. This wicked system has to go down. It has to go down. And we'll jump to this real quick in 2nd Ezra chapter 4 and verse 28. It says, but as concerning the things whereof thou asked me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. This place hasn't been destroyed yet, man. Why? Because Yahweh Shem Shai is allowing this devil, right, to continue to build up that report. All the wickedness and evil things that he has done, allowing him to stack that shit up, stack it up, so that way his fall is great. Right? Scriptures, in something in the world, they say the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Right? When the Lord's making that, making Esau Edom's, right, his pride, right, at an all-time high, Esau, which you see it in Trump, man. You with Trump being back in office and all these damn Edomites, man, right? Their pride is at an all-time high. Now, as soon as he was, selected to be, the new president, right, for his second term, and Esau started fucking coming out, making videos, about or showing videos of how they coming at Jay, which they've been doing, man, right? But now it's coming out even more, right? Which is really showing you the perpetual hatred that Esau Edom has had for the Israelites, right? Going all the way back to, that the Esau selling his birthright, That's just, hey, this is just the way it is, man. Again, his pride being at all-time high, wickedness being at an all-time high. Matthew 24th chapter says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, right? You got people, which I seen a video on it, right? You got people selling their kids, man, over in Virginia. They got literally people are just, once they reach a certain age, they're just getting rid of their kids, man, selling them off. You got them doing auctioning off children, right, in certain areas, right? You got people killing their kids, man. I seen a video of a Jake, he just, he was like, I'm fed up with life, this and the third, and this and the third, and he showed his son's face. He had to be maybe 4 or 5 years old, maybe 6 years old at the max, and literally said on the video and showed his son's face saying, "Oh, I'm about to kill my son," in front of his kids. He had 2 kids in the back, probably a little older, maybe one older, one younger, right? And guess what? He did it, man. And then off to himself. So you got this shit turning up, man. But see, again, the Lord is allowing for wickedness to reach a certain point before he steps in. And everything is going to continue to turn up. But see, at the end of the day, right, this place is going to go down. Right? Wickedness has to reach a certain peak, right? And Yahweh Shem El Shai is going to topple it all over, right? Just like some dominoes, right? And then establish a new world order and righteousness, right? As it says right here, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good, right? Talking about the kingdom of Yahweh Shem El Shai. And we understand that the kingdom of Yahweh Shem El Shai is going to be established, right? So now we're just waiting for the toppling, right, of this wicked ass kingdom, which is here, to come soon, man. We see it. Right? Yahweh Shem El Shai is destroying Babylon, right? The currency, right? The social and economic order here in America, all that shit is being brought down, all the way down to the ground, man. And we can't wait to see it fully be, destroyed, man. Because you got the wicked in rulership, man. But soon Yahweh Shem El Shai is gonna again set up one that is profitable. And we'll close that right there. Surah chapter 10 and verse 4. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. Right? And as of right now, Yahweh Shem El Shai gave it unto the wicked. Right? Again, going back to Job 9 and 24. Right? It says, but that's about to, it's about to switch. Right? It says, in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable. And that's talking about Yahweh Shai, right? And under Yahweh Shai, our King David, which Yahweh Shai being the King of Kings, right? We had King David under him, right? You have the 144,000, which is the governing body of the kingdom to come, right? Of the world to come, right? Which are the true prophets today, right? The 144,000. And then you got what? The innumerable multitude, right? Which would be the elect of the nation of Israel, right? The 1/3 that's here in America, as well as the Israelites that get delivered across the 4 winds of the earth, which consists of men, women, and children. And then you're going to have the rest of the heathens, which are going to be in servitude, man. This is what's coming. This is what is going to be established, right? Esau believes that he's going to establish his own NWO, right, and wickedness, but that's not the case, man. We just read it, man. Hey, man, this place is going down, man, and we see it. We see the downfall of this wicked-ass fucking place, man, So I'm going to go ahead and end it right there, man. Lord will was edifying. Lord will straight to the point. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak Wadash, double honor to the elder apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone, who very well, very beautifully, double salutations to the Akim out here, pushing this gospel and truth and sincerity, peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh Shem El Shai, Lord willing, fall upon our houses. Till next time I say shalom.